Listen up all you weebs. Today, we're gonna be listing the top 10 anime where our main character is a legend but nobody knows. Are you excited? Cause I know I am, so without further ado, let's get ranking. Suichiro Nagi is the main character of the famous manga and anime series, Tenju Tenge. He's a member of the Knuckle Bombs, a group he and his friend formed, as well as the Juken Club. Suichiro is a self-assertive, blonde teenage boy with spiky hair. And already standing out, he is an MC who enjoys fighting. He has countless scars as well as horrible bruises on his back because of all the fights he had gotten into. Suichiro's story starts where he was bullied as a young child, and this was all because his family had consisted of demon exorcists, and because of this, he might not have been the most liked person there. As a result of this, he had started fighting people at an extremely young age. During elementary school, he decided to meet up with his best friend Bob Makihara, and they gave themselves the name, Knuckle Bombs. These two would then beat up everyone they could find at school until everyone had admitted that they were the strongest. Despite this, when Suichiro had arrived at Taodu Academy, he soon found out that he wasn't even close to as strong as he thought he was. Arata Kasuga in fact, is a demon, and not just any demon, he's the demon lord of the Superbia archive as well as being the main character of the series. He even has the ability to remove and copy magic. When it comes to looks, Arata is a fairly skinny boy, with messy black hair as well as dark eyes. Even though he was a demon lord candidate, he was born into a normal family. He'd lived a normal life before both his parents died because of a plane crash. Because of this, he has to live with his cousin, Hijiri along with her family. During their time at elementary school, these two gain a close relationship with each other because Arata was the only one who was nice to her, even though he didn't even know about her being a magus. Lux Arcadia, aka of the weakest undefeated, and sometimes goes by the name Black Hero, was a former prince, as well as a member of the Seven Dragon Palatinum, and finally, the MC from the hit anime series, Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. Later in the series, he met with a princess of the kingdom called Atismata, and with her name being Lissashirt, things get hilarious, though, when he completely unintentionally gets into the girls' bathroom in the dormitories. A while later, after Queen Raffi's death and an amazingly epic battle, Lux had earned the title of king for the new kingdom. And I'm pretty sure the title of king is enough to get him a spot on this list. Glenn Radars is our main protagonist here and is the professor of class number 2 at a famous magic academy. As well as being a professor, Glenn is also known as the Fool of the ICMCSMA. Glenn looks like a typical young man with long black hair that he wears in a low ponytail along with a red hair tie. Glenn is an overly lazy and sometimes mischievous person who is almost always annoying the other characters. Some of these people are as follows: his mother, who is more than disappointed with him begging her not to force him to work, Sistine Fibble, who is constantly lecturing him about taking his job seriously, and Haliastray, who is in fact also a professor. She looks down on his lack of professionalism he has during class. Koju Akatsuki is the main character of the striking anime series, Strike the Blood. He's most commonly known as the elder brother of Nagisa Akatsuki as well as the childhood friend of Yuma Tokoyogi. Although he might appear to be a typical high school student currently attending Saikai Academy, he's the fourth forebearer and the strongest vampire to ever exist. He's an immortal demon that was previously thought to only exist in strictly fictional legends. Only 3 months before the start of the series, he was transformed into a vampire and became the fourth primogenitor. For a long time during the show, he was completely unaware of how he became a vampire, and every time he'd even tried to remember, an intense headache would take him over. Later in the series, Yukina Himeragi, sent from the Lion King organization, arrives to observe and analyze him and his actions, and to get rid of him if he seems like a possible threat or danger. Shichika Yasuri is the main male protagonist of Kanto Nagatari. He is also known as the seventh head of Kyotomrik School of Japanese Sword Martial Arts. Shichika knows nothing about the outside world, making him oblivious to embarrassing situations. He is regularly confused by simple expressions and actions. He was unfortunately raised to be used as a weapon, making it hard for him to show emotion. He later states that he is in love with Togam, his wielder, and always follows her orders, no matter how hard they might be for him. Slowly, as he meets and learns about more and more people, he starts learning about society and becomes more human than before. At the age of 24, he is asked by Togam to be a part of an epic mission to find the 12 ultimate deviant blades. Jin is the main male protagonist of the hit anime series, Samurai Champloo. In the beginning, he was one of Fuu's two bodyguards, the other one being Mugen. Jin was a former student of Kenjutsu, and he had killed his own master, but purely for self-defense. He had then fled, and at some point, met with Fuu and Mugen. Jin is a young man with glasses, being iconic to his appearance, and not unlike Glenn, he has long charcoal black hair that's tied in a low ponytail with bangs framing his face like a photo, as well as dark, brown eyes. Jin had been taught by his powerful teacher, Sensei Inshiro Maria. He had trained in his sensei's dojo, and this was where he had become Inshiro's absolute favorite student. Jin was also close with another samurai with the name Yukimura, and he had become so close, he considered this man as a brother. A while later, out of the blue, Inshiro had asked Jin, because of Kariya Kejitoki's request, what he would think of turning the samurai school into a school for assassins. Shibata Tsaya is the main male protagonist of the anime series, The Irregular in Magic High School. In the beginning, he had enrolled at the National Magic University-affiliated First High School on the date of April 2095. Along with his younger sister, Miyuki. He was later accepted as a student in the Course 2 curriculum and started the chain of events that were to all take place soon afterward in the series. During his second year, though, he had transferred to the newly made Magic Engineering course. Ains, our protagonist, is a bit stranger than the other MCs on our list. He has an appearance of a lick, aka an undead skeleton monster that lacks the human qualities of skin and flesh. When it comes to outfits, he wears an irregular, pit black gown decorated with gold as well as violet rims and patterns. In his dark warrior form, he would wear a full-on pitch black body armor that also has gold and violet marks and patterns. Along with all of that, he wears a blood-red cape along with two massive swords. When Ains had started playing Yggdrasil, a widely popular game in the Overlord worlds, way before the start of the first episode, he was nearly about to quit because of the fact that when he had played a heteromorphic race, other players had only seen him as a horrible monster that deserved nothing more than to be killed. Luckily for him, he was saved by a player named Touchme, and they both joined 7 other players to start a new epic PvP guild called Ain Zuul Gaon. All these people were viewed by the other players as monsters, evil creatures, so they thought it was finally time to strike back.
二度と忘れぬよう恐怖とともに頭蓋に刻め
Anos already stands out from the others, as he is the reincarnation of a highly feared person known as the Demon King of Tyranny who existed 2,000 years ago. He is adamant, unwavering, and invincible. Anos is an attractive, black-haired demon with black hair and red-black eyes. Many fans describe him as being a pretty boy, and he's usually seen in the series wearing a school uniform, aka a black shirt with a white jacket as well as trousers with a crimson belt. What makes him a legend is the fact that he never originally announced himself as the Demon King. He still fully embraced the title as the rest of the world sees him that way. Now that we've seen the absolute best anime protagonists who just haven't been noticed yet, I think we're all highly motivated to become just like them. Now, if you all would excuse me, I'm gonna go watch some anime now, bye. Oh. Before I forget, if you think we've missed someone, or you have a different ranking in mind, don't forget to comment down below. We don't care if you have trash taste, because we all do.